All right, guys. Well, since posting on Reddit that I have a Sentinel that runs on AA batteries, I've had a lot of requests to show that build process, which I don't have the parts to do right now. I don't have any more Sentinels to mod, but this is it. It's as easy as it gets. So if you already have a Sentinel, you'll know there's a slit down here by the button. You can open that up with a screwdriver or a coin or a key. And this is it. It's really easy. On the inside of there's not much to see. Just a very, very basic circuit board. Um, if you're curious, it takes a little work to pry out of the plastic housing. And to be quite honest, it's really not worth it. There's not much to see there. And the connection to the speaker is very delicate, so I would just leave it in. You see the button there on the right side, right here. Pretty simple, pretty straightforward. And then we have our two different metal contacts. So there's the bottom of the button cell touches this nice big bracket. You can see there's a piece that's kind of sticking up. That's where I've made my solder point. I can't really zoom in, but that's the solder point. And then over on the other end here, I'm going to try to grab a pen and get a little pointier pointing here. Sorry, this is a quick, rough video. So this is a springy piece that touches the side of that button cell. And this is the springy piece that touches the bottom of that button cell. Now, anywhere on this piece of metal here is conductive to that spring. So you can really make your solder point anywhere. It doesn't have to be on the piece that sticks up. Same thing over here. This springy wire ends up going underneath the circuit board, coming around, and it connects over here. So that's where I've chosen to make my solder point. And the important thing is you want to make sure that you don't short the circuit. So you don't want this spring to be touching this plate at all. So you might even want to go to a point of bending it out just a little bit further to make sure that those pieces never touch by accident. And it's pretty simple. You can see over here on my cable, there's a small nick that's from being pinched. Let me see if I can focus over there a little better yet. So what I have done is I took a hobby knife and I cut a little hole there, as you can see. So what that's supposed to be is a groove that top cover fits in. And really, I just cut that hole in the groove to make enough room for the wires to fit through. And then I can actually close this pretty decently, put the cover on, and keep those internal components protected. So pretty simple build. Now, for those of you wondering about the science of this, the electronic science, I should say, the CR3032 batteries that are factory installed are a 3-volt battery. And a AA, as you can see down here, is a 1.5 volt battery. Now, this particular carriage, as you can see, we have negative, positive, negative, positive. They're running in series. The electricity comes in one wire, goes that way, and back out the other end, right? So the direction of the electrons moving in the same direction makes that voltage additive. So we're taking two 1.5s and turning it into a 3. Granted, at a different amperage, but that's okay because the voltage is what really matters to make the circuitry work. As far as I'm aware, clock cycles within the Sentinel don't really matter, don't really make any difference. So yeah, it works perfectly fine. Again, sorry for the rough video. Just throwing it together because people have asked and I've been lagging on getting it done. But there's the explanation. That's how you get AA's to work on your XYO, XY4 Plus, or Sentinel X devices. Oh, and in terms of cost, I mean, for me, AA batteries are practically free. We tend to dispose of a lot of batteries at work before they've reached their full duty cycle. So I can just kind of take partially used batteries from the bin at no cost and doesn't bother anybody. The carriage, the adapter plate, those you can find online for as little as $1.50. I think I bought a 2-pack at the hobby store for like $6. The cabling comes on that adapter, and then you have to have a soldering iron and some solder. So I would say on average you're probably going to spend about $8 or $9 on the project, and then you're going to own some tools that you can do more stuff with later. If you already own a soldering iron, slam dunk home run, cheap, easy, fast. If you don't have the equipment, well, you're going to have to invest something, and it's up to you to decide whether it's worth it for you or not. All right, thanks for watching, guys. Later.